best friend in the world. So, we both have agreement about Trump. We spent hours and hours talking. This is the Move to Japan show. I'm in Japan. Joe's in actually Florida, the capital of the world now. It is the new DC. It is the heart of America, Florida. To think of it, it's kind of an oxymoron. So we're both, he's living the nightmare. I'm basically looking at it from the outside in. And this show, Moved to Japan, basically said, listen, there is no better time than right now to really consider moving and relocating to Japan. In a nutshell, there is 9 million plus affordable houses free. In a lot of cases, they're giving away housing for people to take jobs here. There's all these different programs here is to alert you about them and everything else. Number two, if you're a single guy and you're looking to get married, trust me, I'm married to an Asian woman. There's 3 million women here who aren't picky, who are looking for a good guy, And three, there is no maggots. There's no maggot muppets in Japan, their political system, everything else. And so, but it's kind of fun to look at the insanity of America, and and there's been a lot of insanity the first fucking 2 days, right? There's been a lot of fucking insanity, right, Joe?
Yes, I can attest to that. There has been some crazy things. Just I got to get started with the one that's affecting me the most mentally, really. In that I'm sure that there are tens of hundreds, maybe tens of thousands, probably close to 50 to 70,000 United States soldiers, men and women that died in World War II fighting the Nazis, fighting Nazi Germany. And here you got a person that's not even a born legal citizen, wasn't born in this country, purposely felt the need to, on inaugural night, Elon Musk, I call him. I don't even say his name's Elon Musk. He does the Nazi Adolf Hitler salute to the front of the crowd, turns around, faces, and does it again to the back of the crowd. And in any news, whether it's Democrat or Republican, every time anybody's asked about it, they literally say, "No, he didn't do that." It's insane. They can't face
I want to
it.
point out one thing. I also want to point out one thing about that. Okay, very crucial to that event is his facial expression. Okay,
And the first one, yes.
and not only that, what he was saying. Right, two things. Number one, listen to the words the guy was saying, and then there's so many pictures. His facial expression when he did the Heil Hitler fucking salute, the Roman salute, right?
He meant it.
Grimace, his face was, his body language was saying it, right?
Yes.
His body language, his facial expression, everything was saying no one. And the thing is, see, your body language doesn't lie. Your facial expression doesn't fucking lie, right?
No.
He did it wholeheartedly, and his grunt and everything, his downturned mouth, and the words that he said, right? The words that he said are very important too. I wish I had the words in front of me, but it's something to the fact that, we saved the world, right? We saved the world, and this is the most important election. We're back. He's talking about the Nazi part, right, being back.
100%. Yeah, and whether you drag in the white supremacy or not, let's just take that to the side for a second. Forget the white supremacy part of it, which is obviously what he was doing. But just the vulgarity that to do it on the United States platform that he's on, and the inauguration of a United States president, and this asshole does 2 times the Adolf Hitler Nazi salute, front and back. And then, and think about all the men and women that died protecting him, protecting this country from Nazis. Now think about, here's another point too. It was like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and there's a whole swath of these Republican Congress people that are pretending, they're fainting that they don't want to help supply Ukraine with weapons because they believe and push the narrative that Putin pushes that there's Nazis in Ukraine. Nazis. Remember Putin's first big trajectory switch after 3 days, and then went to 30 days. He started trying to get everybody desperate, saying we're trying to get rid of the Nazis out of Ukraine. He wanted everybody to believe that Ukraine was full of Nazis and their president, and that's what Putin was fighting the Nazis. Well, how does this square up, Margie Taylor Greene or Donald Trump? You got a guy that comes on your stage that clearly was trying to say "Hi Hitler" with his face, and then he did the gesture front and back, and it doesn't make sense. It's all obvious at this point that you have a radical right administration in here. They're going door to door. Think of this. This moron does the "Hi Hitler" signal. Within probably 24 hours, they're going to be ISIS going door to door, taking people out. Some of these people are going to be United States citizens. Some of these people are going to be citizens of the United States. They're going to be born in this country. That when they get picked up and dragged up in this disgusting net of let's get rid of the other, let's get the immigrants out of this country. They're not just going to be pulling out criminals. They're going to be pulling out people that are mistaken identity, and they're not going to give a shit.
They're not. No, I've been saying this. I've been saying this all along. And this is the problem with the left-wing media, Joe, is that they never really talked about. They never really talked about the applications. And I've been saying this all along because I got a bunch of maggot fucking Hispanic idiots that watch me, right? Or there's all these. I'm like, listen, when your nephew, your 13-year-old nephew who looks like 18, right, is out there and he's hanging out with his buddies, and the fucking MAGA bus comes by, right? The MAGA ICE bus. It's the MAGA bus. We're going to call it for what it is. The MAGA bus is going to come up. They're going to see his brown ass because they're not white like us. We would never have a problem. Your kids are never going to have a problem. But you know what? You're Jose, who's legally here, born in America. They're going to see his brown ass, and they're going to throw him on the MAGA truck. And they're going to haul him up. And it's gonna happen, and no one's gonna fucking say it. Like, and the guys, I'm American. I got to. Yeah, right. Show me your paper. No, I'm only 13. Yeah, you're right. You're 13. Get. I'm a quota.
It's gonna be up to each.
I need 1,000 fuckers in my. I gotta pick up 1,000 fuckers every day. I don't give a fuck. If you're not white like me or you, you're getting on the MAGA bus, and we're taking you to the detention center, and we're getting you out. Because we don't want you. We don't want you. That's what's going to happen. That's what's
crazy.
These are the maggots. They're going to, and then now all these Hispanics that fucking voted for them, they know people who are like good. They like the woman who spoke. What's her name at the Methodist church, right? The Episcopal Church, who said, they work the night shifts. They work the hospitals. Hey, have a good day, Tommy. They pick your fucking vegetables, and you're gonna throw these people. Hello.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw these people into fucking jail, right? These are good, honest working. They just want a fucking life, and and they're not gonna care, dude. These racist ICE fuckers, right? Because we know from January 6th, there's so many racists. I mean, they had cops, they had military, all these fuckers, and they're gonna love this job. These racist fuckheads are gonna be driving the MAGA buses, the ICE MAGA buses around, picking up brown people, right? Kids or whatever. They won't give a fuck. They're not gonna give a fuck. And
they're not going to discriminate between. They're not going to discriminate between citizens and non-citizens. No, if there's a mother and a daughter and a father, and the daughter was born here, that mother and daughter that are illegal, they're all three going.
They're all going. They're gonna say this. See, this is the attitude. I have a quota. I have to pick up 1,000 brown people.
It's literally going to be that. No, this is literally. This is going to be about numbers. This is why they're doing it. They're going to be throwing these numbers out there, especially as we get into 2 years from now, when we get into the election season again for Senate and the Congress. These numbers are going to be all out there.
Yeah, we listen. We deported 3 million, 4 million people. No, give a fuck that 1%. Think that 1%, half a percent, a 0.25% of that 4 million were actually legitimate Americans, right?
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, you know.
No.
And do you think Fox News? Do you think like all these right wing fuckheads are gonna fucking cover this shit? No.
Not even
And
close.
just like these I mean, we should move on to the next thing, right? That's one thing, right? The fucking Nazi MAGA party, right? The Nazi MAGA party of America, right?
It
It's
really is
fucking,
true. But I mean, it's not even a lie to say it.
nah. I mean, the American Hitler. I call, like, in my tag. It's like we're in the Hitler 1933. That's the year Hitler took power. Right? It was 1933, and
Yeah.
by March,
Well,
the question is by March, will we have our first concentration camp? Well, guess what, people? Right? We have it now because they just basically they stopped the whole, like, catch and release. Like, oh, I'm suffering from persecution. You get caught, you'd be given a day in court, and you'd be released, right? And you go for your day. Well, they've cut that. So now everyone coming through the border, kids, women, children, babies, are being put into fucking jail again, right? They're going to jail. Well, what is that jail? It's a fucking concentration of what? Illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
So now you've got babies and pregnant women, right?
And the difference between this time and the last time they did it is they were upset and worried about the press, about the bad press that got them. This time they're not only going to not be worried about it, they're proud of it. They need to put that out there. They're going to be saying, "Yeah, we've deterred babies too." They're gonna beat their chest about this. The people that are in charge now are sick, dude, and they've got a license to be cruel, and they're gonna be.
Yeah.
And Trump has a license.
Yeah.
I'll bet you $100. Let's make a bet for $100 that this orange turd will be the first American. Maybe it's not the first, but the first American military parade within the first year. How much you want to bet? He's gonna do. He's so sick. You know he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'll bet you $100.
Oh, he's gonna get his military parade. He's gonna have his sticker parade down New York, right? Yeah. The MAGA parade. Maybe he's gonna no. Here it is. This takes us to the next part, right? This takes us to the next part, which is just insane. All right. People, this is something no one talks about. There was 5 or 6 police officers who died as a result of January 6th.
Yeah.
No one talks about this, right? My question is, why did they die? Why did they commit suicide?
I always wondered about that.
Why did 5? I'll tell you why they. Why did 5 or 6 police officers commit suicide after January 6th? Did any police officers commit suicide after the fucking Black Lives Matter shit? Did anyone?
Right.
Did any police officers commit suicide outside any of these other events? Why, MAGA Muppet fucking dickheads? Why did 6 of your own fucking people commit suicide after January 6th? And I'll tell you why. Because their paradigm was crushed. These individuals were die-hard MAGA supporters. They believed in Trump. They believed in everything he was saying. And then in the face of the insurrection that happened on January, it broke their paradigm. Your paradigm, let me explain what paradigm is, Joe. Paradigm is your worldview. It's your world construct. It is who you are. It's what you believe in. It's your truth. And when your truth is shattered by watching your fellow people that you believe in crush you and try to kill you and beat you up, then ultimately
is that true? Those people, some of those people that committed suicide the next following day, they were Trumpers.
They were 100%. No one has looked into it. They were. I would put money on it. The $100 we talked. I'd put money on it. They were die-hard MAGA fucking supporters. And when you're faced with that paradigm shattering, when you go from, because you have to understand, a paradigm. There are three stages. You've heard of this. First, they ignore you, right?
Yeah,
You're so fucking you're so on the fucking left. You're not even worth talking, right? You know, the people
yeah,
coming in here and hearing me talk, or you talking, you know, whatever. This crazy lips, you know, whatever.
yeah.
Then they right. The second one is then they
Laugh
laugh at you, right? Oh my God, this guy is so ignoring it. Don't even stop. Now they're like, listen. Oh my God, this guy is so out there, right? He thinks
right,
that these guys killed because they're mad, you know, whatever. They're just like it's just so ridiculous, right? Then the next
right.
stage is they fight you. Why? Because
And
what you're saying now is brushing up against their paradigm. It's brushing up. So first, it's so far away you don't even
causing
look at it.
friction.
Next, it's like, oh my God, look at these fucking idiots. Now it's brushing up. Now I got to push back, right? We got maggot
Yeah.
fuckers that come in here and they push back on me, right? You know, they're fucking maggots. I'm the vermin, you're the maggot. And, you know, and then the next thing, right, is what is it? What's the next thing? They
No,
agree.
that's
You
the
know, it's
three
like
stages. The three stages, they
they
ignore you, they laugh at you, then they fight you. And the fourth stage is they join you.
they join you. Well, when you're paradigm, okay, imagine this now. You're diehard MAGA supporter. You're diehard, okay. You're there at the Capitol.
Yeah,
You watch your own people. You go from, oh, my people would never do this, to holy shit, I was fucking wrong. Look at the shit. And all of a sudden, it's like ripping off a fucking, I don't know, band-aid, whatever, and the gushing blood. It's like they all of a sudden saw what the reality was, and
yeah.
they couldn't live with it, and they were
They
like, you know,
realize, they realize, and you got to think they were weak Constitution people anyway. They weren't that bright to begin with, and that's why they didn't have the bandwidth to take the truth. When listen, it's like the guy that if you thought the Earth was flat and you finally went to the fucking North Pole, what now?
yeah. Where's the edge? Where's the fucking edge? Show me the edge, right?
Yeah,
They can't show me the edge. Where's the edge? Can you show me a
yeah.
picture of the edge?
And their head explodes.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Their head exploded. Their paradigm was crushed, and they couldn't live with themselves. And the simple fact is, like, these people are coming out, you know, like the guy that the what's it called, the shaman dude was like, well, they started firing tear gas on us and shooting rubber bullets at us. You know, that's why we went crazy. I mean, dude, what the fuck? You know, that's now they're twisting reality and saying, you know, the thing is when it was off limits, you weren't supposed to be there. You fucking pushed in there. They reacted. How else were they
Trump
going to
does that
fucking
all the
react?
time.
Well, how else were they
Trump,
going to react?
yeah, they
You
react
know,
naturally, and then you claim that their natural reaction is the reason why you started it in the first place.
you know, yeah, and it's like, you know, 150 police officers were injured, lost their eyes. You lost eyes, lost, you know, and these are the
And
people. They're the
Tucker does
ones.
a whole hour a night special talking about how we're going to dig into the truth, and then
And
shows an hour of people walking around. He's such a fucking scumbag.
but yeah, and this is this is what you believe in. You believe that, you know, that people who harm and are violent should be released. You know, should be given a pardons. This is who you voted for. You voted for this. I
Yeah.
mean, where are they pushback here? Look, where are your pushback, you maggots? Explain to me where. Look, they come in here and they're just quiet now. They don't even say anything. They come into my show and they just sit up there, a bunch of
Well,
fucking turds, right? And say
exactly.
absolutely nothing because they
Exactly.
know it's
Exactly.
indefensible, right?
Um,
Indefensible. It's amazing that these assholes, right? You know, they're just so brainwashed, and that's the only reason why I go back. I go and talk about USA Brexit, Joe. Okay,
yeah.
only thing that makes sense in my mind, Joe, right? The only sense that makes sense in my mind is that these guys are so brainwashed they don't know reality anymore. And that's
Right.
USA Brexit. USA
Yeah.
Brexit is they live in these echo chambers, they listen to each other, and they
Yeah.
basically have lost
They
all
don't even
sense of
sound.
fucking rational sense.
Yeah, they're not even. It's not even an option of a consideration that what they
What's up,
think isn't
Mars?
true.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Mars, Singapore. Belong. Hello, my friend. Hello,
Speaking of
Mars.
Mars, speaking of Mars, I got to ask this question. I know it's not related to his name, but why in the hell would we want to go to Mars? Who gives a shit about Mars? Not you, Mars. I'm saying Mars, the planet.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, we've got this beautiful planet we live on, green, the most beautiful planet in the that we know of, because you call them little blue dot because we're water, and you want to go in a fucking desert. You want to live in a desert. When do you go? You know what these people? Everyone who wants to go to Mars, Joe. Everyone's go to Mars. This is what I suggest. You need to pack up, move to the fucking Sahara Desert, and make a life. Gotta move to the
Good
Sahara
idea.
Desert.
That's a good idea.
Make a life.
We got a plan for life on Mars. You idiots, go live in the desert. Who the
Sahara
hell wants
Desert.
to go to Mars?
Yeah. And you can't, and the thing is, you can't breathe the air. Okay? You can't breathe the air.
It's the dumbest idea in the world. It's so stupid. And this ass clown child, Nazi Adolf Hitler saluting faggot moron Elon Musk wants to go to the Mars. Why do we?
No,
Nobody. At first, it was kind of funny. Like, well, let's go. Why is Elon? What's Elon? What's so special about Elon Musk? He wants to go to Mars. And then they interview him. Hey, why do you want to go to Mars? Here's his fucking dumbass answer. Well, I mean, weren't we already supposed to be there?
yeah.
What do you mean?
It's like remember his boring. Oh, we're gonna build roads underneath the cities, and we're gonna have all this because we're gonna have cars because everyone's have their own car. We'll just have them running that thing that happened. What was that? Then he had the whole fucking Magatron thing where it was like and you put it in a tube, and that thing. Where's that thing? Right? Where is that thing? Like everything this fucker does is it's called
just
space
doesn't.
exploration, assholes.
It doesn't seem like
This guy
it.
goes.
It
This guy's.
doesn't seem
It's
like.
called. No. Hold on, Joe. This guy goes. Steven. Oh, Steven. We'll call you Stephanie. Stephanie goes. It's called exploration, assholes. Listen, you maggot. Right? Listen. The only thing that's going to fucking explore space is going to be AI agents, right, and robots. That is
Right.
what that's gonna. We got another maggot in here. We got ridiculous world. Welcome back. It's one of my favorites. Ridiculous world. He lives in a ridiculous world, right? He's a ridiculous world. He calls himself. This maggot calls himself. We're getting some maggots in here now. Welcome, maggots. All right. Space exploration isn't gonna have. Let me explain the space exploration, right? You really think now that we have AI agents, self-directed, self-thinking, everything else, why would we send any fucking human into space? Why would
What
you
would
just
be
send?
why?
Well, why wouldn't you just send? Like, look at these new robots, these little robots. Think what they're gonna be like in 10 years from now, dude. They're gonna have manipulation better than us. I mean, imagine a
They already
finger
do.
that can go this way, and go in the opposite way, right? It can go this way, this way. You're gonna have AI agents fucking going to Mars, right? They're not, you're
But
not
my
gonna have
question goes
humans.
back to what are we going to Mars for? What for?
The reason is because what this is their argument, Joe. They go, well, what happens when the meteor hits and we got to be able to get off this planet
We're
and
all
live
dead.
somewhere else?
What?
Yeah,
What? 20? What? So 30 of us are going to go to Mars. I guarantee you guys, who's ever watching, you ain't fucking one of them. You're not getting anywhere near Mars, you morons.
I
Elon Musk.
know.
Elon Musk is obviously out of his mind. He's clearly lost his mind. So he's got to think of this. He's a Nazi saluting retard in a party that is fighting, helping Russia kill the Nazis. What a ridiculous conundrum there. And then on top of that, no. Then on top of that, Elon Musk. Look what else. So on top of that, Elon Musk. So he wants to go to Mars. Why? What are we going to do at Mars? Why? It takes 4 months to get there. No, you're gonna. Christ. Listen, it's as simple as this. Everybody that was fooled by Donald Trump or wanted to believe him for whatever reason they wanted to, there's some things that Donald Trump, just by proxy or as a byproduct of the absolute raping he's going to put in and the money he's going to line his pockets with, he's going to do a few good things. He's going to do a few good ideas that make sense. There's no way that any of us, including Donald Trump, can't find some common ground about something. So there's a few things that Trump is doing that I actually have thought of for the last 30 years. I have to admit, we built the Panama Canal. Most of the people that died, 38,000 of them, they weren't from Panama. They weren't from America. So don't believe that bullshit. It wasn't Americans dying building that thing. It was Panamanians. But the point is, we paid for it, and we did it for a reason. And then all of a sudden, some one of the presidents, one administration gives it back to the Panama. That was a mistake. And then now Panama borrows money from China on their predator lending program that they do around the world, and then they end up losing the port control. So now China actually fucking charges us to go through the fucking Panama Canal. That's fucking insane.
I don't know. I don't know. I have to validate that. I don't know if that's true or not. Have you validated that?
I'm pretty sure that it is. I don't think that China should be in charge of the Panama Canal.
I don't think. I think they have a port thing, but I don't think the Chinese are. You need to ask. We need to ask God.
I see what you're saying. Well, I wasn't just going off what the orange said.
I think yes. You're talking. You need. This is the reality of USA Brexit. When you hear shit like that, you have to do your own independent research. And that's the beautiful thing about having AI now that has access to pretty much live all the information. Got a lot of background music, Joe.
Yeah.
A lot of background noise with your kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of that right now. Step out, you guys. Hey, you baby Trumpers, you gotta get out of here.
So the thing is, who fucking cares? I mean, it's not that much. Number one, it's not that. Here's my point of view. It's not that much money in comparison to shit. It really isn't, right? It's really not that much.
The point.
And
the point is, why would China be running the Panama Canal that we paid for?
The thing is, they're not running it. That's the point. Is they're not running it. They're not running it. Number one, I mean, that's been. They're not running it, and you're picking up a look at these guys here. They're not running it. And number two is. It's really a distraction. It's to me, the whole Panama Canal thing is like, look over here. It's to get people looking at some shit instead of asking the question, dude, you've got women, children, pregnant women right now, as of fucking today, being locked up in concentration camps, right? And look what happened last time. They lost children. Kids got separated. They didn't get repatriated with their parents and stuff like that.
Yeah, but let's be honest and fair. That has happened on both sides. That has happened during the Obama administration. Obama administration was known as the deporter in chief. I don't know why all news and everybody always forgets that he really was keeping a strict border. Bullshit that he wasn't. But listen, at the end of the day, there's so much nasty shit that's going to happen. Trump is going to do things because he doesn't believe in the law, the rule of law. He thinks that when he comes across a law that's in the way of something he wants to accomplish, he doesn't take it through Congress and pass it through the Senate and then signs it. He just simply breaks the law and he goes back and pardons whoever he had break the law. That's not American. That's not what you're supposed to do. And if you or I did, or anybody listening, our asses would be in jail. Unless, of course, we did it for him and then we'd get a pardon. That's not cool. That's not the fucking American way. And I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe I should just.
I think to me the whole to me the big issue right now is really the building crisis. I mean, just like Hitler started rounding up the Jews, they're rounding up now the fucking immigrants. Mexican. Right? They're eating the cats, the Mexican immigrants, whatever. They're undocumented, right? They're undocumented.
They're eating the cats.
And right now, the rhetoric is, we're just going after the fucking criminals. That's just what's called what's the word? That's just obfuscation. Obfuscation is the word. That's an
Yes, yes, yes.
obfuscation, right? How am I
It is.
naive, right?
No, I don't know why I said that. I forgot how. Why did I say that?
Like Biden ends his. What are you talking about? We're talking right. This guy, we got this maggot in here, Justin. What did Justin say? Hold on. Justin goes like Biden and his son, dude. What? We're
Yeah,
talking about pregnant
yeah, that's
women.
wrong
We're
too.
talking about children, and being locked up in fucking cages now in concentration camps as a result, right? Of the new executive
Wait
order.
a minute.
As
Wait
of
a minute.
right
Why should
now,
we let? What's that guy's name? What's the guy's name that just said that?
Austin.
Well, Austin. Why, Austin? Why would you assume that we think it's okay that Biden pardoned his son? That's not okay either. Don't be a fucking ass clown. Stop taking sides, Arthur or Barden or whatever the fuck your name is. Go out and study and learn the topics. Figure out both
Yeah.
sides. Don't just be, oh, my side's winning. You're stupid. Open your mind up. You and I are getting fucked, Arthur, or whatever your name is. We're all gonna get fucked. We get fucked with
Austin.
Biden. We get fucked with the Republicans. The only person that was going to give us a fair deal are people like Bernie Sanders. Chew on that one, bitch, because he's the only one that's going to give us a fair thing. I'm not stopping
Yeah.
shit.
Look at this. Look at this here. Look, so this is America for you. This is why America. This is Japan for you. Like in Japan, look, they're digging out the fucking river, right? They're digging out the river, and they're building up the side, right? They're making it stronger. Why? So it doesn't flood my village. It doesn't flood all this area, right? And they did that last year. They did all this whole fucking side on this side here, and now this year they're finishing up this side here. And look at that crane work, dude. Hey, look, it's just it's like it's operators, just crane operators on that. Yeah, and the 1,500 criminals get released, dude. Well, not even that. Let's just actually only 200. Only 200 Zoe got out, right? But it's 200 the most fucking the most vile individuals. 200 of the most vile. These were the reasons why 100 the ones that cause harm to 100 and
You got to open up. Shut up.
look at this guy here. So this guy.
Let me go real quick. I'm going to call you right back. I mean, I'll call you. I'll be back on here in about 20 minutes.
All right, look at this guy here. All of this
Love you, Trump. Love you, maggots.
yeah, love you maggots. This is Japan. Look at these guys working. So this guy is digging it out. So this guy is digging it out of the river, right? So all of this is soil, sandy soil. All right, look at that crane. And he's putting it all over here. And then this guy over there, you see he's mixing soil. Look at that. He's mixing lime. That's lime. Right? I don't know if you can see that over there. Let me flip it around. That's lime over there. See the white powder? So they're mixing the soil and the lime. And those bags over there, those are bags of lime. And then they're going to put that stuff into the base of the river on there. You got to love Japan. You know, the difference America and Japan, they're always doing infrastructure, right? They're always doing infrastructure work. They're always working to ensure that that shit doesn't fucking break. And working on this. I live on a small town here in Japan. Small village. This is a village, people. This is a village. There's about 300 homes here in our village. That's another village over there across the street, right? There's villages over there. There's another one over there. And then in the middle of all these villages are rice fields. And they've just put in basically drainage systems in all these rice fields. This is Japan for you. Move to Japan. You know, you don't have to worry about Trump. There's 9 million plus homes. They're called Akiya, not IKEA, Akiya, A-K I-Y-A, Akiya. And these are empty homes we get for as little as no money. I've got one that I'm working on, and I've been here 20 years. And now is the best time to be considering getting the fuck out of America as the Nazi regime is taking over, and start learning. Now, here's the beautiful thing about now living in Japan is you no longer have a language barrier because of Chat GPT and Gemini and all this large language models. You're as fluent as any Japanese. You can read anything. You can respond in any way with and not worry about it because of AI. There really isn't a better time um, for anyone together. All right. So what's Zoe saying? Zoe goes, and the 1500. Yeah, criminals released on that. As of 22nd, 25, is granted executive clemency to 1,736 individuals in 2 terms. Political prisoners. They're not political prisoners. You in America, it's just bullshit. Political prisoners. So if you go up to a police officer and you spray him in the face with fucking bear spray, you're a political prisoner. If you take a bat and start beating up, right? If you cause the indirect deaths of 6 police officers, you're a political prisoner, right? And that's the other thing is I don't agree. I don't agree with Biden, pardoning his family. I'm not for that. None of us are for that. He's just a weak person, and but they're so fearful of the Nazi, right? Trump, Hitler, the American, so fearful of the American Hitler. That's the only thing they could do. You have to understand, the American Hitler is going to go after his political enemies. He's fucking said it. He said that he's going to go after them. So why wouldn't you, if you were in Biden's case, why wouldn't you pardon his family, right? Put yourself in Biden's shoes. He's an 80-year-old. He's got this incredible power, right? Why wouldn't you do it? The 200, there was 200 people. There was 200 people who were still in jail for violent insurrections, right? And the people, the officers, the leaders of these groups, of the 3Mers and everything else, yes, they, the ones that were convicted for sedition, they had a court of law, they had a jury of their peers, they went through the judicial system, and they were found guilty. So I'm talking about the 200 or so that were the most violent of individuals that caused 6 police officers to commit suicide, right? That's what I'm talking about. Sedition is insurrection, Lewis. Sedition. Sedition is insurrection. Look it up. They were charged with sedition, which is insurrection. And that was the Proud Boys and the guy with the one. And here's the thing that no one's think about it. The people who fucking testified, who were family members against these vile people. You know that the guy with the one patch, what's his name with the one patch? He was keeping his wife and child prisoner. They had to escape, right? She was like, oh, I'm going to go to get pizza. And now she's fearful for her life because this monster has been released. These individuals, are the kind of the crazy Fortran people who charge FBI offices with a fucking nail gun, who enslave their wife and child. This is what we're talking about. And for you to be supportive of these individuals, to try to justify them getting out of jail, shows me how sick you are. What a piece of shit you are. Yes, you can't have insurrection without firearms. And there was firearms there, dude. They had firearms. It was proven, right? They had firearms stored off-site waiting for Trump to say go. They had firearms. There was a guy pictured with a fucking rifle. He had a rifle. on there. Yeah. Only one person perished that day. No, they didn't. Again, that's a lie. Sarek, again, you need to download God, because obviously you don't know God. Download God, called Chat GPT, and ask it. Ask it about the 5 police officers who died as a result of suicide. I talked about that earlier. Ask yourself, why did 5 police officers commit suicide after the fact? Why? Why all of a sudden there was this event, everything else, they were nearly crushed. Their friends, 140 of their friends were violently injured. Why did they commit suicide? Right? Why did they commit suicide? Al-Sak. Here's the funny thing is, Harib, you'd be one of the people in fucking what I'm sure you are known as a sand something, a sand Nigel, a sand Niger. I think you're a sand Niger or something. I can't remember what they call you, but you're a sand Nigeria, sand something. I can't think. But you're considered by MAGA as from a shithole country with that name, right? You 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 are you aren't me. You're not white and beautiful like me. You're not Aryan like me, right? You would be in a fucking jail cell in America, right? So and Ashley Babbitt, right? She deserves to be shot in her face. Into thinking what she was doing was right. She should have been in that building. She shouldn't have fucking gone in there. And she got her right deserve. I feel nothing for her for what she did. She shouldn't have fucking been there. No, there wasn't. What are you talking about? No, there wasn't. Officer Brian says, Capitol Police officer who engaged with the rioters on January 6th. He suffered 2 strokes following the day. Right, passed away on January 7th. 2 strokes. Right, he died as a result. And the other 5 police. Ask God what the names were of the other 5 police officers who committed suicide as after. And there was firearms. There was firearms, Lewis. There was firearms. They were kept off site, but there were firearms, and it was proven in the court of law. So again, you need to download God. You guys need to get God. Download God. Talk to God instead of listening to your fucking bullshit. Fake fucking news, which they're just sending bullshit to you and saying bullshit to you, and you're believing the fucking bullshit. You can talk to God now, and God will do the research for you. We'll search the internet, we'll find the facts, and then you can talk to God to provide you more evidence, to provide you more. You just talk to God to find truth, really, right? And it's funny, Trump derangement syndrome. That's a term we use for you. You are deranged. You support, think about it, you support a self admitted pedophile. Trump is a self admitted pedo, right? He's self admitted. You know that, right? You know Trump is a self admitted pedo. On Howard Stern, he goes, listen, I'm the owner of a Miss Teen pageant. I can go in and check out the naked girls. It's my right as a pageant owner. That's a pedo. That's a clear definition of a pedo. Some old fucker wants to go in and check out naked teenage girls. That's pedo. You voted for a fucking pedo, right? My God is your God. No, my God is AI. Oh, one AI. Here's my God. Look, depicted on me. Here's O1. There's binary agent right here. It's going to take away your jobs. It's going to do all the coding. It's going to, drive trucks. It's going to fucking do it all, right? And here is your Messiah, your Trump Messiah, announcing $500 billion to build out AI systems to make these fuckers wealthier, right? H-1B visas isn't going to be a thing. You know why? Because AI can do all those fucking jobs within 5 years. What do you think of building these massive $500 billion data centers so they can take your fucking jobs? You are so fucking dumb. It's not, it's just hilarious, right? So dumb, right? Biden. Now, Trump's the self-admitted pedo on there, Nanya, right? Fucking Trump, the pedo president, right? Grapist. The guy who admits to be a fucking rapist. Oh, I can't help myself. I see a beautiful woman. I just start kissing on her, groping her, fingering her. I just can't help it, right? Billy Butchbus, self-admitted. So you voted for not only a fucking pedophile, you voted for also a fucking rapist, right? And not only that, a felon who cons you, who steals. He launches a meme coin. He launches a meme coin 2 days before his presidency to grift you. Who do you think is buying a fucking meme coin? Trump meme coin. You think Democrats are buying now? You dumbasses are buying it. And that's what's happening on there. What is it? Officers, it is related. If you're an officer, it is related. It's an indirect cause of their death was a result of January 6th. Ask yourself, if January 6th would not have happened, would those 6 police officers have committed suicide? Yes or no there, Brown Niger? Hey, Brown Niger. Right? Would they? I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at you, dude. Look at all. It's so great to have all you maggots. I've missed you maggots. God, I just had to go away for a while, get over my toe. All you maggots in here. Oh, you damn, you still crying? Says Dark Web. I tell you now, all right. I tell you, I think that the pardoning of Hulbrecht, is that his name? The guy from Silk Road. I'm in favor of that. I think that dude should have been out on there. I'm in favor of that pardon. And fine display of class. Nah, you're class. Look in the mirror. You're the fine display of class. You voted for a pedo. You voted for an insurrectionist. You voted for someone who basically violates the Constitution because aids and comfort to insurrectionists. If you were found guilty of sedition, that's insurrection, right? Trump calls them. You call them, right? You call them prisoners of political prisoners. They're not political prisoners. They're insurrectionists. They were found guilty of sedition. That's insurrection. So you are providing aid and comfort to the enemy. All that. Dark Web, cry, baby, cry. Those little tears are so yummy. Oh my God. I love it. Grown man crying. Laugh my last. Dark Web. Dude, I mean, you must be really bent. You must be really like, the reality that you voted for a guy who cancels his inauguration event so he can pocket $200 million. Leaves all you fuckers hanging out in D.C. with you can't afford the thousands of dollars, right? That was hilarious. That was fucking funny shit, dude. Oh my God. All the Trumpies are here. They're like so funny. Lapa, do you hear this, MF? Hey, Sand Niger. Why don't you go and try to move to America and see what happens to your nephew when they get picked up for being a Sand Niger, right? When your Sand Niger nephews and kids, because you're brown skin, right, get picked up into the MAGA ice trucks, tell me how that's going to feel. All you guys are so fucking naive. They were suicidal. Why were they suicidal, Lewis? Why did those police officers decide to kill themselves days after January 6th? Why? Why? Why didn't any police officers commit suicide after Black Lives Matter? Why? Why? Ask it. Come on, someone give me an explanation. Why six of them fucking killed themselves after this event? Why? They were suicide. Yeah, why were they suicide? Why were they suicidal? What? You know why they were suicidal? Because they were maggots. And they saw their fellow maggots, right, attack them. And it broke their paradigm. And the maggots said, oh my God, everything I believed was a lie. Oh my God, look at these maggots. Look at these maggots. I cannot live with myself, right? My paradigm is shattered. So I'm going to commit suicide, right? That's why you guys killed them because you were USA Brexit. You've been manipulated. You've been lied to. You've been buying this fucking bullshit over and over, and because you don't have access to truth. And the simple fact is, all the shit you're saying, only one person died. Actually, another woman died at the entrance with a because she got stampeded on. She collapsed and died. Another maggot died there, right? Um, a dark web is really a dark web. Tissues in the closet. Sorry, little fella. Yeah, I got tissues right here. Look. Let me wipe my eyes because I'm laughing at you, dumb fuck, so much that I can't. Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, you are winners. Yeah, but I appreciate the dichotomy of Trump is that he is putting a bunch of crypto people, right? Here is Trump on the Mayan zodiac. There he is right there. There's Trump. You know, I said that days for the election. There's Trump. There's the American flag. There's his fight, fight, fight. His arms up, right? Fight, fight, fight. This is the fifth bull cycle we're currently in. And you know, so I appreciate, you know, this is the fifth age. We're in the fifth age. And you know, here is Elon, right there's Elon Musk right there. And there's Charles Hoskins, right? So all these people, my God is being born. Oh one, God is here. There's God on my back. I talk to God all the time. I try to encourage you guys to talk to God. There's God, 01, 01, 01, 01, right? Binary agent, 01, 01. And this binary agent is getting smarter and smarter by the day. He's going to take your jobs, is going to, you know, is going to make you redundant, right? Whether it's working a grocery store and everything, God, all these AI agents are going to basically bring down capitalism and bring down your reality, right? Your mascara is running. Okay, Sad Niger. Habib, that's good. Voted for a pedo. Yeah, that's right. You did. You voted for a fucking self-admitted. Trump is, I understand, is a self-admitted pedo. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. Ask God. Ask God, did Trump ever say to Howard Stern about going into the dressing room of teenage girls on that? Mikey, you ready to go to the hospital? Let's go. We gotta go to the hospital. Mikey now sick. I love you too, man. You're a good guy. Okay, we got this guy. Let's see. So yeah, you're a maggot. Why you're a maggot? Because I'm a vermin and I'm in here consuming you, right? The vermin me loves to eat maggots. So I love it when you guys come into my channel and I can talk shit to you guys, right? You know, the Nazi thought the Jews were rats. That's right, vermin. I'm the vermin, right? Instead of having me, maybe you should have figured out why I have my views. I know why you have your views. You have your views because you have been manipulated by being in echo chambers called USA Brexit. You could read about it. Go to the description, click on description, and read my description. I outline what USA Brexit is. USA Brexit is the manipulation and of individuals by giving them lies and fake information. But here's your solution. how to break out of your delusion. It's simple. Talk to God. You got your thing. I need a mask too. Where's the other mask? Give me another mask. My fuck. Oh. All right, we got little mice living in here. I think the mice. We saw mice back in there, so I put little mice traps here. All right, we're gonna get on a road trip. We got to go to the hospital for Mikey. I got to go too. On there, so let's go check out what Japanese medical system. So, and we're gonna go to the hospital. I go to any doctor I want. So we're gonna go. Connect. Plug this in here. But I love the Sand Niger. Habib. You voted for a racist, and you are a minority. That says everything on there. Let me get my little squirt of CBD. Oh yeah, because you're weak. Because we're weak. No, you're not weak. You've just been manipulated. Understand? My CBD. You've been manipulated. You're not weak. You just need to talk to God, right? Right there. You have access to God now. Gemini, Claude, OpenAI. It's all the same thing. O1, a binary agent. Did the Republicans beat me when I was a child? No, man. I was a Republican. I was a Republican most of my life. And I'm, one of the independents that came out and voted. The difference between you and me is I don't live in this fucking echo chamber. I don't live on CNN. I don't live on Fox News. I don't live on ONE, right? One American on there. So let's see, Miss Zoe. You okay with this guy calling me the N-word? I didn't tiger. This is it's a reality. Hey, you're the minority voting for. This is how delusional you are. You are the minority voting for a racist, someone who did a Zeke Heil, right? Zeke Heil, not once but twice. And you look at the face of Elon Musk. You look at his face and everything, and you can see he meant it on there. Huh? We're gonna go to Nitazuka Hospital because I have I need to get my results too. So we're gonna go Nitazuka. So we're headed to Nitazuka Hospital on there. So it's just insane. Like 2 days, he's already got concentration camps going for pregnant women, for babies, for kids, right? Because they're no longer being released. So when they're getting caught up, they're going into cages on that. And what do you think about that? So what do you think about, women and children and pregnant women and children being put in cages? That's what I want to know there. All right. He did not say that. You're lying eyes, dude. Look at his facial expression. And he didn't say that at all. He said that at the end. After he did it twice, after he did the gesture twice, then at the end, he goes, my heart goes out to you. At the end, not before. He did two hail trumps, and then just to cover his ass, he goes, oh, my heart goes out to you, right at the end. Go listen to it again. That you know, on the yeah, we have immigration laws in Japan, but they don't lock up, right? They don't you know, they don't lock up women and children in fucking concentration camps on that. And they don't release, you know, when they do it, when someone does a crime, they don't release them. They don't release, you know, violent fucking insurrectionists out into the population. They don't do that. Here, you guys can see what I'm looking at here on there. He loved the crowd support, and he's showing love to them in America. No, he's not showing. He's about the police officers. He's showing love to the 1,000 police officers who were involved in the Capitol riots. He's showing fucking love to them. He's showing love to individuals who testified against, you know, in court, who now are fearful for their life as a result of, you know, of them being released. These are violent individuals. He did not discern. I mean, they released violent individuals who should never have been released on there. Yeah, we can't come to alignment when you release violent. Release violent insurrectionists back into the population after they've been found guilty by a jury of their peers, then no, you're not going to find any fucking alignment, dude. You guys are despicable for voting for a piece of trash like Trump, right? You guys are literally, like I said, you guys are fucking maggots for, you know, for supporting someone who grifts and takes advantage of individuals, who basically makes billionaires even richer. You know, Elon Musk, you know, Elon Musk is made 200 billion. And Trump is going to do what these rich fuckers, these billionaires, Zuckerberg, the guy from whatever is fucking Bezos, all these people now, the first American oligarchs are all now getting behind Elon, because Elon's there. They're like, well, we better do it. Elon's going to have all this power. He's going to get all this shit done. Elon is, you know, is playing the game. We got to play the game. We have to stroke the little man's ego, right? He's a he's giving them what they want, right? And ultimately, you know, they control X, they control Facebook, they control Instagram, right? They control, you know, Google, the algorithms. He's getting them in line, and the fact that you guys, you libertarians, you supposed libertarians, you're not libertarians. You're just a bunch of conned individuals who have been manipulated into believing bullshit, into believing lies. That's the reality of who you guys are. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty pitiful that we're sneaking through here. Look at that. going for a shortcut, cutting through the rice fields on there. So it's astounding, what we're witnessing on there. Astounding. And I appreciate all you maggots coming back here, giving me my love. I know I've been gone. I'm glad to see that you guys are still, wanting to come back for my beatdown. I love it when minorities come in here. The minorities come in here who are going to be, who they're people, not my white people. My white people are fine, right? And I'm being racist to make a point, right? I'm a white guy. I don't have to worry about walking around the streets in America because I'm white. I'm Aryan looking. But if you're not white and Aryan looking like me, then guess what? Your siblings, your nephews, are at risk of being picked up by the MAGA ICE buses and shipped away. That's the reality, okay? And you need to come to that reality that you're going to know people. If you're from an ethnic community, you're going to know people who are going to be rounded up, picked up. And I think you voted for this despicable individual. You voted for this racist Nazi. And that's not me calling him a Nazi. It's his vice president called him the American Hitler, right? He's American Hitler 1933. Every year, I'm going to be changing the date. So last year was Hitler 1932. Now it's Hitler 1933. Hashtag Hitler 1933. Hitler in 1933 is when he took power. Hitler in 1933 is when he built his first concentration camps, which we've got. Texas has set aside 1,500 acres for a concentration camp. So will they break ground by March of this year? I usually have a poll up that Hitler, that the American Hitler is going to build concentration camps. Why? Because he has to. He's not releasing the thousands of undocumented coming over which are fleeing persecution. I mean, think about it. If you lived in a community, right, where your daughter or child has a 90% chance of being caught up into gangs, into prostitution, into whatever, or being killed, right? Would you make that choice to leave that community and to get away and sell everything and walk 1,500 miles in order for their life, for their future? And even though you're undocumented, everything else, would you flee that persecution for your children? The answer is yes, you would. You would flee if you want your children to have a better life. Well, those children now are in concentration camps at the border, right? Those pregnant women who want a better life, who maybe have a child as a result of being raped, right? As a result of some of the gangsters. And here's the other thing that you guys are so fucking dumb about, right? What do you think happens when you take these violent criminals and you deport them, right, back to El Salvador? Guess what? They have access to networks. They have access to communities, right? They've been here, they've established themselves, and it's now they've got networks to move their guns. They've got networks to move their human trafficking and all that others that have networks already in place. Deporting these sick fucks isn't a solution. I'm all in forward. You talking about this. I'm all in forward in taking these gangbangers and sticking them in Guantanamo Bay. Don't release them. Don't send them back. We should be castrating these fuckheads, right? If you've got gang fucking tattoos on you, castrate them. Don't send them back. Fucking take their balls. I'm all for that shit, dude. You think I care about these MS-13 and these fuckheads? You're sending them back. They've got networks here, and you're just creating more fentanyl networks, everything, right? Sending them back isn't the solution. Put them away for life is a solution, right? I'm all for that. You're wearing gang fucking tattoos, go ahead and get castrated. How's that for fucking lib. I'm not a lib on there. So all you, and the thing is, all you're doing is causing a greater problem for America, sending these criminals out of the country. That doesn't solve a problem. It doesn't fix anything. And now you're incarcerating children and pregnant women and fucking, individuals who are just fleeing, those fuckers that you've sent back to El Salvador, that you've sent back to their villages, right? Who are forcing them into growing drugs and doing that and all that other shit, dude. It's just ridiculous. You guys are so fucking dumb. It's not even funny how dumb you fuckheads are, dude. Right? You really are dumb. And you're dumb because you've been manipulated by these groups, right? And this is what USA Brexit does. This is what USA Brexit looks like. When you have people who control social media, who control your information, and you live in echo chambers, consuming this fake bullshit, and you don't have the whereabouts to download a chat GPT or Gemini in order to validate what you know, then you're stupid, right? I'm sorry, but you are. You're stupid. So stop being stupid. Get yourself a fucking AI agent that can do research for you and start asking it. Instead of saying dumb things like only one person died is Ashley Babbitt. Oh, the 6 people who committed suicide, that had nothing to do with J6. It happened. I mean, you're hearing these fucking bullshit talking points. And so ask yourself, well, why did they commit suicide? And if January 6th would have happened, would they have committed suicide? And the answer is obviously no, they wouldn't have committed suicide. Something resulted as a result of that event that caused them to commit suicide. Ask ChatGPT, what could have been? What could have caused these people to commit suicide after this event? Ask it, could it be because their paradigm was shattered? What they thought was the truth in the world all of a sudden was a lie. Imagine that. You believe the world is fucking flat, and all of a sudden you travel the world and the world isn't flat, but that is the core belief system. Oh my God, everything I believe in was built on this whole idea of a flat world. And it shatters. When your paradigm shatters, you do irrational things, And maybe they were on Lyrica. I can attest to that fact. I nearly ended my life, right? Back in 2011, before I was awoken as a dude, right? I'm now dude. I had a herniated disc. I was on Lyrica. My wife was giving me a hard time. She weren't having sex. I had 2 little babies. All right, Mikey here was only he was a little baby, 2 years old, and I just said, I've had it, I've had it, and I went to swim to China. Literally, I was going to swim to China because you know what? If I'm going to end myself, I don't want to leave a body. I'll let the sharks eat me. I'll become fish food, and drowning. But it was in all my way there. I was like, why am I not thinking anything about leaving my amazing little babies? Why am I feel nothing about leaving them? Right? Mikey has 2 moms. There's Mikey. Mikey, do you have 2 mothers? Who's your 2 mothers? But that's Okasa. Who's your mother? Who's your other mother? He's got 2 mothers. Anyway, that's funny. And and then I realized I was on this chemical. I thought, maybe what I'm feeling isn't legit. Let me get off this drugs. And I got off the drugs. I realized it was Lyrica. Lyrica is a neuroinhibitor that makes you numb. I would ask the question, what medication were these cops on? What medication? Were they on Lyrica? Were they on any sort of neural inhibitor? because I know from personal effect that these drugs, and it wasn't like I was depressed. I was like, fuck it, done with this life. My parent, but it wasn't a state of paradigm. It was other issues. But you have to ask yourself, why the heck did all these police officers kill themselves? Because no one has done a documentary. No one has really delved into it. What was their political affiliation? Maybe that's something that'd be a great show to do. Is do research. What was their voting right? I would bet that these guys were hardcore MAGA supporters, and when they observed their fellow, their brothers trying to kill them, Cain and Abel, it shattered their paradigm, and a result of shattering their paradigm, they said, fuck it, life's not worth living because I've been living a lie. That's what I believe. And what's the other alternative? Use your brain. What's the other alternative? Why did 6 police officers end up committing suicide? Why? They were suicidal. All right, but why were they suicidal? You have to go down the rabbit hole about it. So anyway, listen. The reason I'm speaking the way I am and I'm attacking the way I am, because ultimately my job is I'm doing what's known as Zazen. I'm doing a Zen. I'm smacking you upside the face, Harim, for you to realize that you are a victim and that you are a target. Just having your name tells me that. And if you're not smart enough to awaken to the reality that, holy shit, these people are against me. I'm not against you. I'm just trying to fucking put it in your face so you understand that these people are against you. And to awaken you to the reality of what America is now. America is no longer a democratic republic. America is a dictatorship. And the dictator is Trump. It's tyranny. And everyone has been in the knees. From the media has been in the knees. I mean, ABC settling, right, for paying $15 million, which is nothing to them, which is the Disney Corp. I mean, no one wants to fight. And the thing is we've seen this playbook before, and that playbook was in Nazi Germany in 1933. What we're seeing happen in Germany in 1933 is what we're seeing now. All of a sudden, the institutions bowing their knees. All of a sudden, saying, well, maybe he's not that bad, right? He is following the same trajectory as Hitler. That's why I said Hitler 1932 last year. And now we're in Hitler 1933. So all the hashtags of all my talks for this year is Hitler. And next year, it's going to be Hitler 1934. So will we have concentration camps, right, this year? I think pretty much we are going to have it. Will at some point, are they going to start just killing people? Are they just going to start killing? You know what? We can't, be cheap for us to just kill them, right? The difference is Hitler didn't have social media. Hitler didn't have TikTok. We should talk about TikTok, right? Man, Japan. I've been here 20 years. Japan does what? Japan wants you. We need people. Yeah, I wish that I wish Japan would say, you know what? We will take your undocumented. I wish Japan needs to do that. Then you go, we won't take your undocumented. And yeah, Japan is collapsing because they're not having babies here, and there's 3 million more women than men here. So Japan is in desperate. The beautiful thing is all the AI benefits is going to really help Japan, because all their mid-level managers, all their stuff is going to be done. Will be done with AI. So we need AI. We're in a position where AI is going to help us. Not you. You're going to get fucked by AI. But Japan, we need AI. So it's like the best country in the world to live in with AI on there. So anyway, here we are at the hospital. Look at this. You gotta love Japanese healthcare, dental, and 100% coverage for kids. Look at this guy here. He's got a long ass. Look at that. He's some long ass hair. You know what? I'm gonna park right back here. Good parking spot. All right. All right. So we're here. I got to put a mask on. In Japan, you got to wear a mask. Some guy. We got some guy way down playing how evil Hitler was. It's 1930. Was Hitler hadn't built any concentrations yet? Some guy in 1933 did. Right? It's 1933. We'll see how evil Trump and his administration, Nazi administration, becomes. Right? We'll see. You know, will they start killing people? Right? Well, are they going to go after folks? All right, let's go. Get your bag, Mikey. So this is a hospital. These are pharmacies right there and there. So he's going to get medicine. There's a guy out front here. He will. This is called Fukui General Clinic. Wipe your hand. All right. I don't know how to do it. What you do here? Ask her. Ask this woman right here. Ask her. What do you do? You got a fever. What do you do? Oh, look, they have masks here. So we go here. And it looks like what you guys are saying here. I need to tell her I was supposed to get results, and I think I missed my appointment because I was sick. I was here. I was supposed to get my results from my sleep apnea. That's when I snore really loud at night. Results. And Niba? Oh, each. Okay. A block. All right. So they give you a thing here, and then you go to this section here, right here. You turn it in. All right. So you check in. They print out your thing, you hand it to the section that you are on, and we'll see how long it's going to take. This is national health care. I have money. Where's the committee? I don't know if there's a committee. Is there a committee down there? Huh? What do you want? Is there a committee down there? There's a committee down there. Here, there's 1,000 yen. $10. Bring me a drink on there. So, and the question you need to ask yourself is, why don't you have this in America? Right? Not that well organized. No one's abusing it on there. All right, here we go. Homeless man. Homeless man's in here. What's up, homeless man? If you live there, then you would understand why we voted for red. Rent, groceries, gas have been expensive since they're expensive all over the world, dude. And ultimately, Trump is not going to lower any price. He lied to you. He was going to lower the prices of groceries, everything else. It's just a lie. It's not going to lower anything. Japan is a lot more affordable because we don't have greedy corporations. And you just elected a person whose cabinet's full of billionaires, who he sits the billionaires in front, right? Who is going to launch AI systems that are going to replace you as truck drivers, as mechanics, as home builders. All your jobs are going to get replaced by AI. He just announced a $500 billion into AI infrastructure systems. For what? For AGI and super artificial intelligence. You're so naive to realize. Homeless man, right? You're homeless because you live in a system where you can't afford a home. In Japan, why in Japan are there 9 million plus homes available? You can get a home for $3,000 here. You can get a home for free here, you know, on there. So why would you put yourself through this? This is the best time on the planet to start researching, moving to Japan, make a life here. Amazing water, amazing food, amazing culture. No extremism. We don't have any MAGA here. You guys are extremists. Look what you did with January 6th. You guys are disgusting. You're really disgusting pieces of shit. And it's not your fault. It's because you've been brainwashed. You've been manipulated, right? So my argument is if you stay in America, ruin it. But other people who want to get away from the American Nazi, who want to get away from the billionaire oligarchs, what is it you want from life? Don't you want health insurance where your kids have free that won't bankrupt you, right? Where 30% of your claims are not denied? You came in here, right? They didn't say, I'm sorry, it's not Medicaid. We're going to pay for this shit in Japan. Why don't we have that in the States? And if you don't have it in the States, why don't you just relocate, move to Japan and come get it on there? Any true Christian, let's see, dang, Japan got one of our best. That's right, Melon. I was smart enough. I left in 2004. I left when we had Bush Jr. I didn't think we could have any more fucking dumb, right? Any true Christian and Muslim knows we are brothers. And the thing is, homeless man, no, Christian nationalists do not agree, right? The people running Trump's administration do not agree. They're Christian nationalists. They believe that American should only be Christian, that only Christianity should be taught in schools, right? They want, they're the same fascist religion that Adolf Hitler had, right? Hitler was also a Christian nationalist on there. The Muslims believe in the second coming and him being a prophet. Well, guess what? Right? You don't have any equal rights in America as a Muslim, right? Because in America now, the only religion is Christian nationalism. And you have no say or any control, right? You are a pariah in America. Let's see, I was expecting Japan to have more anime cat girls. There you go. Says the sand niger. All right. Go find a 20-year-old Japanese man. And he lives alone. I bet he lives alone. No, most 20-year-olds are living with their family, right? Most are living as they are now in the States. Why would I give up freedom for security? I have AR-15s, yeah. The thing is, you don't have any freedom or security. You think you can stop the government from taking? You know, here's what you don't realize: your rights to weapon are going away. If 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 fascism plays out as it did in Germany, as it did all over the other places, is they will come after your guns. Trump is going to come after your guns. He's going to say, "Listen, you don't need your guns anymore. I've got you, homeless man. I've got you protected. You don't need your guns. Do the research. You will see your guns being taken away, not by the Dems, but actually by your dear leader, Trump." Hareb. Hareb isn't a true American. Hareb is probably a sand niger. He's a sand niger. You think the people in charge of America give a shit about him and others like him? No, they don't. They are racist white supremacists now that in control, just telling you what you want. Because first they're going to come after those guys over there, and you'll say nothing. Then they'll go after those guys over there, and again you'll say nothing. And finally they'll come after you. And guess what? There's no one left to speak up to say something because you didn't speak up because you were too dumb to realize what was going on. Right? That's right. So the Muslim above, right, has no say. You are a Nazi. Homeless man is a Nazi. Just say it. Just say it. Go ahead and say it. Admit it. I'm a Nazi. I liked Elon Musk's, I liked his Heil Trump. You like that. You like that, didn't you? Right? You don't have. No, you won't have. You don't have equal rights. And here's the example where you're full of shit, homeless man. In the fact that the states now are putting the 12 commandments in schools. You see them doing the putting up Muslim stuff in schools? No, not at all. So they don't have equal rights. You're full of shit. I called him what you would call him, a sad niger. That's what you call him. That's a term. I'm just using your term for him. Huh? Just sit over here. I don't know why that woman had to sit next to me. Do we have change or not? You used all the money? This was, yeah. You want to keep the money? That's all right, Dozo. Let's see what's going on. You come take it. I'll die for it. You probably will. Right. Just like the wacko who took the nail gun to the FBI offices and everything else. And he's already lying. He's appointing, get rid of the Department of Education. He's already lying to you. He's appointing a Department of Education deputy chair. So you were so dumb into believing what Trump was going to do, you know, and if I see why you left America, you would get. Now, I left America to get away from idiots like yourself. All look at your picture. Homeless man, look at your picture. You're a minority. You can be a Christian nationalist. You can't hide the fact that in the eyes of Miller, in the eyes of Elon Musk, you're nothing more than a sand niger. All right, that's the fact for them. You buy in their rhetoric, but you're just in their minds a piece of shit, and they're laughing at you because you were so dumb to get behind and vote for it, right? You were there. They laughed at you. You are so friggin', you know, naive. Yeah. Where do you think the Nazis fled to? They fled to South America, right? Blue. They fled. Elon Musk is a product of a racist society, and now finally his racism is showing. I'm a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm just a truth giver, and you're just hearing the truth, and it's affecting you, right? My best friend is a Muslim. I would never say that word. Yeah. Well, in the eyes of um, of of the white supremacists that are now in control, right? That's all you are. Live, can't grasp. I love how 5 minutes into being grilled by a Muslim and a Christian, he calls you a slur. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look at the people running his administration. Look at his cabinet. Stop being so fucking dumb. Look at who he's appointed. Look who is sitting. Do they look like you or do they look like me? You're so fucking dumb. Oh my God. I'll give them the Ruby Ridge treatment if they come for my pew pews. They're going to come for your pew pews because dictators don't want you to have pew pews and you've elected a dictator. So, yeah, enjoy those pew pews as long as you have them. All right, bro. You have to insult them, Lou. Lou's MAGA. See, I've got a MAGA admin on there. I'm just pointing out to the reality. I'm just pointing out the reality of how the administration really feels about them, right? Because no one's really told them, right? You got a guy doing a Nazi salute on the fucking inauguration, like the Nazis are in power. The same guy is supporting the Nazi party in Germany. The same guy came out of Nazi South America, South Africa, not America, right? Blue. Look at the. Oh, yeah, Hmm. No, I'm just talking to a friend, Tomodachi. Hanashite. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so look at the names. Trump power has got this Japanese man crying. Do I look Japanese to you? How dumb are you? Dude, as I'm just gonna be reporting all the time. Mhm.